Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Victoria 2, where I'm playing as Germany. We'll have to fight a little bit of a, opinion war or influence war, so to say. We do have Bavaria in our sphere, but we still need Württemberg and Baden. So that's gonna be my primary focus for now, before, trying to get into a conflict with Austria, that is. Let's actually put this to 1 while I get more troops. So I need to actually get discredited in Württemberg first. Yep, there we go. That's great. Basically, I'm just gonna perform the same tricks as I did before when it comes to getting influence. I think that what I also want to do now is I want to actually invest into these countries to get more points. So for example, here I can build a luxury clothes factory. Why not? That will allow me to get more points. Can I do that here too? No. Ah well. Alright then, that's okay. But that means that I will invest heavily in Baden now. And we'll see how that goes. If the Austrians don't interfere too much, then we'll probably be good. So I'm gonna try and do this, or to do that influence war as fast as possible, because that will mean that I get to form Germany faster, and that's gonna be good. So let's also get our troops on the border there for a bit. So I am not likely to be able to get into a war with them right now, but I don't think that the French will that quickly go and invade either. Let's now go for that market structure to get plus 10% this diplomatic influence. I think that's going to be quite important. Seems like at Baden they are not trying to do anything. That means I'll be able to kick out the Austrians fairly quickly. Problem is they're still investing into Württemberg, which means that the moment that I'm going to try and invest into that again, on the 20th of April, they're probably going to discredit me again instantaneously. Which is tough, but yeah, basically as long as there are other places that I also need to invest in, like Baden, there's little I can do. Right. So let's remove them from the Austrian sphere. And let's start working on it. So if I can get them into my sphere, they're very likely also to start pledging allegiance to me at some point. At the very least to, they're not, so that they're allied with me. That would be great. Okay, seems like we need to invest into Bavaria. And not in Baden at the moment. Let's just see what the Austrians are investing in, because I can't actually allow them. They're probably going to try and kick me out. That would be problematic too, if they do that. If I can get to 50 before they ban my embassy, then I can do the same with them. I'm just gonna try to get there as fast as possible, because they're at 64. I wonder why they stopped there. I don't know if the AI is trying to trick me there, but if they do, that's a great way to do it. That they would go to 65 very quickly afterwards. I don't know. I don't know if that's a trick that they would use. It would be a very clever ruse, I suppose. But I'm very close to 50 now, so who knows? Let's use some of those diplomatic points too. It would be a waste otherwise. Okay, we're at 50. So I'm gonna make actually expel the Austrian advisors, just to make sure that no nasty things go and happen. I'll invest a little bit into it, and then for the rest I'll invest into Baden. And Okay. Sure, that's fine. They immediately discredited me. Not a problem. I'll just work my way in Bavaria for a little bit for now. And what I want to do is let's also invest into, you know, a place that is important for the Austrians. So hopefully they'll put their diplomatic points in that, like Tuscany. Although they do seem to be heavily invested into Bavaria right now. So let's invest a little bit more in Bavaria. Which is fine because I'm always going to win in Bavaria anyway. So if they invest into Tuscany at that point too, that's going to be great. Let's get into an alliance with the Ottoman Empire. They're not as powerful as the USA, but the good thing about it is at least that they can help with the fight against Austria, whereas the Americans can't. Berlin saw the opening of Germany's first zoological garden in August 1844. Other such gardens already existed in London and Antwerp. Sure. I don't think that the French are really that interested in Bavaria, so I'm not too worried there. Let's just have a little bit of points, but overall I'm not too afraid there. Let's spend a little bit more on Bavaria here. So I do want the Austrians to feel basically. This is 20th of April. Okay. To feel the threat of me getting Tuscany too. So I'm definitely looking out for that. As well. Yeah, so they're gonna start investigating Tuscany. Good. That means that Bavaria can go to 1 and you to 3. I'll try to raise them in Tuscany, even though I don't care for Tuscany. But only after investigating to Württemberg. I would like to try and get that up as fast as possible. So if the Austrians are busy with Tuscany, then I want to spend as much points in this as possible while they don't really do anything. And they'll probably discredit me fast enough here. Let's yeah, let's switch. And Baden is 18th of August. That's quite a bit longer. Let's go back to Tuscany. And if they stop spending it on Württemberg, like now, yeah, now we have to go switch back to Württemberg again until they discredit me. I know this is a bit silly, but this is, I guess, probably the best way to do it. Yep. Stop. And then I have to wait till August on Baden, so then I can get them into my, or try to work on getting them into my sphere any which way. What do you need though? 1 infantry, 2 artillery. Alright, no problem. Let's see, this was in 18th of August. And I did get discredited here till 26th of November. This is unfortunate, the fact that they try to get up again, but that's okay. They're working on Tuscany now, so that at least I got going for me. Which is good. And it's by far not yet August, so that will take a while. I will actually even allow them to kick out my embassy just to get them to invest more into Tuscany than in other places like Bavaria, Württemberg, and Baden. Although I don't care that much for Bavaria now that I've actually kicked them out. And like I said, I don't care for the French at all. So Yeah, let's go over here, get into the border with them, and let's work on Baden soon. Okay, so Tuscany, I will invest. I'm actually surprised that the Austrians don't do more there. Increase opinion. If they want to spend points to kick out my embassy even further, that's a shame actually. But it's the perfect time to start investing into Baden again. Let's do so. Seems like the French are also in on it, just a little bit. But they're never gonna win there. And since I'm now on equal footing with the Austrians in Baden, we're okay. I actually want to stop investing in Baden the moment I actually get this discrediting in Württemberg ends, because I'm actually behind in Württemberg. Württemberg is the one that I am least invested in at the moment. So that has my top priority, even over Baden. Because that just means that it's going to be a bit faster, because with Baden we're already very close to getting them into my sphere, so I'm not too worried that that will go well. And this was like November 26th, okay, because I have more points than them there anyway. How are they on Tuscany? Are they really working on it? No. I wonder what the Austrians are investing in then. Let's get this down. Let's do 10. That's... oh, wow. I wasted a lot of money spending that on land units. Whoops. That's actually pretty bad. Well, we'll be swimming in cash any which way at some point. I don't think cash is going to be an issue. Not really. No stress. And especially when it comes to diplomatic relations, because we are doing excellent in Baden. I'm really pleased at that. And this is okay, sure, fine. I actually need infantry out there. So we have a lot of loose and spare armies over here. Still need to send these guys further up north. I know that's a bit messy, but that's the only way, I would say. Okay. November 28th means I can now invest in Württemberg again. And we'll leave Baden behind for now. Just trying to race for Württemberg as fast as possible. Let's just hope that they don't invest in it for a little bit of time. There they are. Oh well. That sucks, but maybe I can get to like 75 before they discredit me. That would be good. I think the most important thing is that... oh, they're not investing in it. What are they investing in at the moment then? In Baden? No. What are they doing? Oh, okay. They started investing again. Well, if they want to quit, that I would be much delighted if they want to stop investing again, second time. Let's increase those relations. I thought they were 200, but I guess I was wrong. Come on. I'm so heavily invested in Baden. Yes, they stopped again, a second time. Amazing. That's really, really good. They're probably gonna... okay. Yeah, they discredited me. Let's stop and let's just go once again for Baden. That's how this game works, you know? You stop once you're ahead and hope that the AI stops as well at some point. I think they would. I'm at 82. I guess I will need to start investing into like a place like Tuscany to make sure that they don't get up there. But I think we can actually get them out of their sphere on the next time. And then at least we're on equal footing with the Austrians. Okay. So in Baden, we're ahead now, since they're in my sphere. So I'm just gonna get a few points. Let's actually put this to 1. And let's invest in Tuscany more. Because that will just tick off the Austrians. Hopefully. Unless they give up. No, they don't. They're investing a lot of points. Hopefully they'll discredit the French. Because then I can keep going and they'll have to spend more points to also discredit me. Which, like I said, means they're not going to invest into a place like Württemberg. 14th of July. That's the magic date. 14th of July. Let's see. They didn't... We'll see what happens here. If they want to get rid of the French, that would also be great. They stopped in Württemberg. Very interesting. Discredited. Yep. Okay. Fine. We'll stop. But then I am gonna go after Modena for now, which is probably not that important for them. Oh, they are. Also counter-investing. Huh. Very nice. Okay. Good, good. Actually quite pleased with how that is going. And because we don't have any wars, at the very least, I can spend my full attention on microing this. Oh. I don't care about Modena, but I do care about Baden. I need to be above the Austrians with this, and I can't. Like, it's not too problematic for me to be higher than the Austrians, because we simply get more points there. Let's also invest into Bavaria for now. Just equally... The French aren't a threat, but I'm fine with getting a few more points, especially because the Austrians also still have some investment. And I would be a bit afraid that things might go sour. Let's go back to only Baden, since they're spending a lot of points on that. So if they get close to 50, I guess at some point I'll just kick out their embassy. It's not really a big deal. I'm much ahead. July, not June. Okay. I don't think they would go to war with their sphere leader. All capitalists gain +1 life rating. Sure. That's fine. Not super important. I actually don't know how much 1 life rating matters. It doesn't look like that much, but I don't know. Maybe it's actually a lot. Maybe. Then again, maybe it isn't. Let's also spend a little bit on Bavaria now, since we're close to 65 in Baden. But the moment that we can, I will go and invest in Württemberg. Naturally. Okay, so they're invested in Baden. I'm gonna invest into Württemberg. And what will hopefully happen is that the AI thinks that it can invest into Baden, because I'm not doing that. And meanwhile, I'm invested in Württemberg. Then at the final moment, I will just kick out the Austrians from Baden anyway. Ethiopia, you're at war with Egypt over Omoria, probably, or Eritrea, because Eritrea is actually also has Ethiopian cores, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, indeed it does. But yeah, they can play their little game. So I need to kick out the Austrians here. Ah, okay, that's unfortunate. I guess I can get to 100. So I will do that. Kick out the Austrians and keep going. At least we're on a similar level now, and yeah, they're investing into these other places, which is good for me. Call ally from Sweden. Against whom? At war with the French, the Dutch, and the Russians. And why is that? Swedish liberation of northern Finland all by yourself. Why? That makes no sense. Let's have one investment into Baden, because I do need to be at 65. Great. Let's stop. So Baden is in my sphere. Bavaria is in my sphere. But not Württemberg. Württemberg is equal footing. If I invest a little bit in Bavaria too, then yeah, they're getting a little bit more, but that's fine. I'm ahead here and I'm ahead here. And the same applies with Bavaria. If I get to 50, then I can just oust them. And since here the AI can't do that, like they can't kick me out because this is in my sphere. So the AI needs to get all the way to 100. Whereas for me, I can just get rid of all their influence at 50. In practice, it means that they will never be able to remove me, but I just want them to spend their points on that. So this is actually going quite well. I'll get Württemberg into my sphere probably pretty quickly. So then what I can do, yeah, Lucca, Modena, Parma, Tuscany, and Krakow are in their sphere. Okay. I can probably already start the humiliate casus belli, so I can start attacking Austria as well. They're at war with the United Kingdom, but yeah, I need that casus belli there. I don't think so, France. I will let Sweden attack Russia, and or at least I will let them duke it out, although the French seem to already be in there too, but quite invested. Okay, so with Baden, I don't need to invest, but I do need to invest a little bit more into Bavaria for now. So let's actually have Württemberg 2, Bavaria a bit more. I need to stay above them, and they are investing heavily into it. As long as I'm at 50, I'm okay. Because then I can remove their influence. That's the goal there. No, that's not super exciting to look at these numbers. That's you know how it works, and unfortunately. All right, there we go. So whatever they do, I can remove them. I can form an alliance. Yeah, sure. Actually, I would like that. I don't think they're going to be much use. They probably won't even join my war, but still. Okay, let's get those tariffs back up to 25 because I want to get the military up as well. I think this is, yeah, that will go pretty quickly. So, yeah, just keep going, man. Nope. Too bad. They cannot even remove my embassy, I think. Because I'm in sphere and they're just friendly. So they really need to get to 100. Too bad for them. That's at least how I think it works. So the moment that they get very close, I will remove their influence. And at that point, I'm also invested in Württemberg. They will be in my sphere. And these countries cannot actually go and attack their sphere leader. I think, at least, so... yeah, well, you can try. But this is a very good distraction against them at Württemberg. Alright, so Actually, let's send you up here, because I will go to war with them. No, I can go here pretty soon, I think. Once that Casus Belli is done, I will work on that. Okay, at Württemberg, I can now add them to my sphere, and that means that I want to invest into Württemberg, Bavaria, and Baden equally at this point. They cannot go to war against their sphere leader. I could technically already form Germany, but I can't quite yet. And it means that I will kick them out once they get close to 100. And meanwhile, I can now actually build all of this stuff up quite nicely too. Well, they struggle. So if the Austrians decide that only one of them is worth investing, I will definitely shift. But for the moment, I can just accumulate points everywhere while I'm waiting for my Casus Belli to be finished. Alright, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to war with them. Let's actually see who would want to join me. Sweden will accept. Portugal will. Spain won't. Bavaria will. Two Sicilies will. And the Ottoman Empire will too. That's pretty good. So only Spain won't. I'm surprised. Why? Let's increase relations. Maybe they will join eventually. It does mean that I will ask separately, although I don't think Sweden will be much use. But yeah, I will do that in the next episode though. So unfortunately for this one, not too much action, but I think in the next episode we can form Germany. For now, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.